Good morning, this is GrandthumbFarms here on Elmcreek 25, doing the Neapolitan Challenge, Cereal Tycoon edition. I'm headed to the shop to pick up a new snowplow, and I realized it's been a while since I explained why it's called the Neapolitan Challenge and the Cereal Tycoon edition. I figured I would quickly go over that. It's the Neapolitan Challenge, as opposed to playing the game as vanilla, which means no mods. I have a few flavors added, reminded me of Neapolitan ice cream. So I just came up with that Neapolitan Challenge, and it's the Cereal Tycoon edition because the goal in this playthrough is to control the cereal market in Elmcreek and beyond. So that's where the name came from, and I just thought I'd say that because I haven't mentioned it since the beginning. I also added the real dirt mod in just to make stuff look dirtier. That's all it does. I'll get me my new snow shovel. I was trying to decide between the blower and the shovel, but I think I'm going to go with the shovel. I'm going to buy it on hire purchase over 2 years, putting 30% down, just to save a few dollars up front. Hopefully it'll work on the front of this tractor. As for today's activities, I need to clear the snow in the yard. Oh, good. I like you. I'm sorry. I need to clear the snow in the yard and then pack everything up to go sell it. And when I say everything, I mean the lettuce and the wood. Because everything else is going to be just moved from the greenhouses to the productions. So we'll see you in a little bit. So is it clear the fella that grew up in the South doesn't have a clue about clearing snow? I'm not very good at this at all. Maybe the snow blower would have been easier. I'm gonna go ahead and get all my morning chores done. Then we'll start the kimchi cooking and figure out what the day is gonna bring. If we hang out in March, or February, or we just move on to March, we will see. I ended up having to clean up the yard a little bit more because of some frustrated moving of the goods that occurred. I finally got everything loaded and decided I'm going to get this stuff sold off and call it a day. And I'm going this way because when I was headed back after reconfiguring the trailer again, I didn't realize I made a snow ramp and launched myself into the air. It was it was pretty funny. The grapes are planted in March, April, or May, I believe, and the rice goes in April. I don't quite have enough money for the grapes as of yet for what I want to do, and I don't know if that there's going to be any contracts, and the snow knocks over the signs. So we'll see what happens next month. $8,800, and I have to take the wood to the warehouse. My favorite place to unload. I'm going to do a little antiquing before I go back. I'm going to run around the warehouse first of all, check everything out. There's a little food stand outside, so I'll get this little corner, and then I'll head down the street back towards the shop. And if I find anything, I'll let you know. That was only a 6 or 8 point turn. 8,600-ish. All right. I thought maybe the snow would melt, but it has not. So I did some more clearing and decided to open the silage pit so I can get the silage sold. The contracts aren't favorable this month. There's just a few of them and they're not for very much money. So I may not be able to put the grapes in March. Actually, I probably can, because once I sell the silage, I'll have enough to get through the night. Plus, yeah, I think I'll be okay. So the silage is going to come in handy. But I'm going to get this done. It's a slow process. I think the payout for 65,000 liters is about $7,600 at 1,000 liters per scoop. It's going to take a while. I'll get through it and we'll move on to March. Well, that's half of an afternoon's work. It's a gorgeous day, except all this silly snow. I'm gonna get back to the yard and most likely call it a day. This is the last job of the month. I'm for sure this time. But I wanted to bring you back in to let you kind of see the mess I've made and what I've been dealing with since the snow has come down. I've made myself a maze and I built these drifts up in some places where I can't hardly get around them. The planning out didn't go very well, but I'll know better for next year. 2 years in a row it's been terrible snow, so I guess it's just a snowy place. I just need to figure out how the maze is going to work. But I wanted to start the kimchi production going. I didn't realize it only held 480 liters of everything but the cabbage, so I still have to sell that. I'll fill it up and then sell it, and then the cabbage will run until it fills and then end up selling it too, but I don't know that I can keep up with that or not. We'll have to see. So I'm going to activate this, and I'd filled up all my greenhouses, but for some reason I forgot the leafy greens. I just brought one this morning, or just now, and there's plenty of wood. I'm going to finish making this loop around my little racetrack here and fill up the leafy green greenhouse. And we'll see you in the morning. Hopefully it'll clear off sometime in March. I'm hopeful. We'll be back. Good morning. We still have snow on the ground. It's supposed to get in the 60s today, so hopefully the snow will disappear at some point. The bees are telling me that it's going to clear up because there's some honey there. So what I'm going to do this morning is I picked up a couple of contracts. I'm going to try to do those. I'm going to do some weeding. I'm going to get a helper to start a stone picking. And once I finish weeding, I'll finish out the stone picking. And yesterday after I dropped off the wood, I went all the way down the north side of the main drag through town doing some antiquing. Didn't find anything. I may go along the south side of the street today. If the snow clears really early, then I won't do it, but if I have time today, I'm going to walk down the south side of the main road and see if I can find anything. Hopefully the fields that we're going to don't have any accumulated snow in them, but if they do, I guess I'll alter my plans. Hard to believe there's weeds when there's so much snow. They want me to weed it, I'll weed it. It pays pretty good. I've got to reconfigure my trailer once again for delivery, so we'll see you after a while on this busy March morning. The bright side is I get to drive this massive versatile and pull this humongous weeder. That should make short work. Guess today's a day of versatiles because the stone picking is using the versatile also. Like I said, the worker will get started with that. I like this little truck. Huh. That looks handy. Well, the snow is finally gone, and it's turning out to be a pretty busy day. That stone picking contract's going to last a while. And I've decided to hold on to these stones for a little bit anyway. And I really like this truck. You can open the side panels and I could load some produce on there if I wanted to. And it's a dumper too. So I'm going to think about this truck a little bit. But we got a bunch to do. The first thing I'm going to do is get the area ready for the grape arbor. I think that's correct, grape arbor. So I'm gonna grab the Agco White and my cultivator. I think I want to cultivate the field where I'm gonna plant the grapes. And I gotta pay attention to the stone pickers. I don't want to pay him too much money. We still have to get rid of some of the goods. It's warming up quickly. It's already 47 degrees. I think everything's okay. But the grapes are gonna go down here, and I gotta pick a spot probably around here. And I don't think this, I'm not sure the grass is worth cutting. I could probably get a little bit out of it. I guess waste not, want not. Tell you what, I'll cut the grass real quickly. Am I knocking it down? No, it's okay here. All right, let me do some things. I'm gonna mow this grass in the area I'm about to cultivate. I'm gonna need to get the last bit of silage out of the silage bunker, and I'll throw it in the silage bunker. Oh, no, 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 no. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna get that done real quickly. I'm gonna put these signs back up too, get everything straightened up. So I'll be right back after I mow this grass and move that silage. I'll give the cows some if they can take it. Otherwise, I'll just have to move it out of the way. I really like that truck. It's a good one. Okay, now we can go cultivate the field out where the grapes are going to go. Oh, we have to first pick up the grass. Dang it. My winter frustrations had me leave the bucket in the way, so it's another thing to put off. And my tractor is down at the shop. I'm in this other truck, so I may not be very organized, but I'm still getting things done. So now I'm just going to cultivate that in. It'll be fine. Hope I got the right distance. I guess we'll find out. Hopefully this is the right spot. If it's not, I can always fix it. And after I get the field cultivated in, I'm going to paint across here to make two separate fields, so the grass field's its own thing. And before I get going any further, I think I probably ought to spread some lime first. I need to go empty the stones. Helps if you put lime in the bucket before you go try to spread it. think what I'm going to do is have a worker along this field while I'll go empty the stones real quickly. See if that works out. I'm guessing that object that is blocking him is the cultivator that I left in the middle of the field. Idiot. Probably not a good idea to drive across the field in this little truck, but especially once I get stones in it. Okay, let's get back to the grapes. I almost hit my greenhouse. Now I'm really ready to cultivate. Okay, here we go. This is it. So new equipment that I'm going to need for the grapes. I'm going to need a mulcher, which is not a big deal because I intend on getting a mulcher anyway for the rice fields. I need a subsoiler, which is something I don't have, but obviously I can't get a very big one because of the width of the rows and the grapes. I'll need a harvester when it's time to harvest. That's going to be kind of expensive. I'll need a grape trailer, and I'll need, I don't know if it's called a pruner, some machine that you use after the grapes are harvested to get them ready for the next time. And normally you would need a special tractor, but I think I'm going to do a couple of things to make it where we can get by with what we have. I'm going to put some super skinny tires on the fence, and I believe if I install the grapes just a little bit wider than the smallest width, I can use my fence without a problem. Plus I can buy 3-meter mulcher and a 3-meter subsoiler, and gosh, I hope it works out. I tested it on a very limited scale, but I don't know how it will work in actual practice, so it could all be a bust. We will see. And I don't necessarily know if cultivating this was the right thing to do, or if I just should have planted it over the grass field. Okay, now for the exciting part, the nerve-wracking part. I want to get 8 rows in, and I want them to be about 2,000. I'm not sure what it was cladding with. That looks straight 2,100. Over 1. I think these are uniform. I'm hoping, because it kind of makes a big deal with the tractor I'm using. Makes me nervous if I don't have a stripe all the way down. 5, 6. I want to be able to get 8. And that object might be that tree. Well, I'm just going to have to do 7. And I'll try to leave some room. Really hard to see. Let's see how that works. Well, I did a little painting to split the fields, and I'm not sure that they are very uniform, which may end up causing us some big problems, but we're just going to have to deal with them. You can see I didn't finish planting the grass because I wanted to plant it. I'm guessing next month it'll turn green and we can plant it green. I think that some of these fields are much more narrow than others. If this is too narrow, then the tools that I thought I was going to be able to use, I'm not going to be able to use, which is going to be a headache, but we'll have to deal with it. So I'm going to go and empty the stone picker, and I'll probably stick around there and finish that contract. I don't think we need to do anything to the grapes until next month, although they do look funny because there's no grapes here. That's odd. I've never grown grapes. I don't know if that's just a visual glitch or not. I'm going to finish the stone picking, plant the equipment, make all our deliveries, and I'll show you everything we made and did when we come back next time. I do appreciate you coming out and spending some time with me here today. It seems like it certainly ended up in a hectic episode, but we are now grape farmers. Farmers? Grape arborists. I don't know. Let me know. Thanks so much for coming out and spending some of your time with me here today. I do thank you. And I hope you see me in the next one. Have a good day.